Welcome to another Eternal Draft video. I'm definitely not posting this up just because I have a win 5 draft games quest. As always, if you're enjoying the As always, if you're enjoying the content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right into it. God, that was 10 different ways to botch a YouTube intro right there. Black Book's Enforcers. I do like me some Justice, and this pack's like pretty awful after that, like check raise. People have used this card to like an okay extent against me, but nah, not feeling it. So some solid uncommons here and nothing in the common slot to combat that. We have a small removal spell, but just a really strong unit here in Mindbroken Cobbler. I haven't been like a huge fan of Primal unless it was in like the Frenzy deck, but I still won't turn down a card that strong. Wow, some really weak packs here. I mean, if we're heavy Justice, I mean, that is a good card. That being said, there is just Bust Out, and I do like me some Bust Out, so we'll take that. Oh wow, okay, maybe Justice is very open again. I will take Scornfully over the Adept here. Honestly, I mean, both of these uncommons are really good. I wouldn't even be upset with the Tinker, Happy Harvester. That was a pretty strong pack there. But we're still trying to find our lane. We have the first Barbarian Gorillas here. But since we already have a Through the Unknown, or I can't talk. Since we already have a Bust Out, I think I'll just pick the Through the Unknown. Stay kind of going in one direction. This is Permanent Endurance, but the card still is overperformed for me. Oxidize is also nice, so I think I'll take in Oxidize here. Another Bust Out or Streetwise Informant. The Informant's not like amazing, and Bust Out's pretty solid. Yeah, we'll take the removal. Okay, basically nothing here. Backlash or the Core Repairman. We're kind of even on all the factions. Barbarian Gorillas here, but we have no other fire. I think I would rather just take a Desertion. It's not a good card, but like maybe it makes the deck. And then we get a bunch of nonsense outside of it. Ooh, Huru Silex. In the pack with a Jackal King. Not ideal. I do love me some Jackal King, and Time's fantastic. But I think I'm going to take the good fixing. Like, I wonder if we could just be straight 3-faction control. We've definitely done 2 in a splash, but never, like, just straight 3. That's probably not good, but I feel like doing something a little different. Oh my god. Ugh. The Longbow and Emerald Beetle Heirloom Blade Beekeeper. I don't think it's the bow here. I mean, they didn't take it, which means they're most likely not in fire. They took an uncommon over it. There is also just a Beekeeper and Huru Silex. We don't really have anything like to splash. These are all like pretty strong cards, but nothing that's like we need to splash this. Wow, that's a tough one. I'm leaning towards one of the Justice cards. I'm going against everything I've ever done up to this point. Warren Tactician or Crackling Bauble. That's really fun if we do end up being like a late game control deck. Warren Tactician is also just good in a late game deck, since it tends to just kill your opponent by stunning 2 units. Let's be somewhat disciplined. If we're already not drafting optimally, oh my god. Another can I pass a second Beekeeper? They clearly aren't in time either. And at this point, I would rather splash the Beekeeper than any of this Primal stuff. Unfortunate with the Huru Silex. The other option is just Hard Lesson or Fisher King here. We're, like, really forcing some jank. Okay, we'll take the Fisher King. Call of Freedom does overperform, even though it doesn't really affect the board. Not a fan of any of this. Nocturnal Glider is really good if we were an aggressive deck, so we'll take the Hard Lesson. Another Huru Silex, sure. None of this is making the deck. Oof, really none of this is making the deck. Oof, really none of this is making the deck. Okay, we got a nice pile of jank here. And potentially we can splash some shadow. This is for sure a do as I say and not what I do draft. Just a warning. Ancestral Edge is good, even though I've talked a lot of shit about that card. Okay, Mental Image if we are 3 factions. There's a Heavy Hail as well, which also is what we want. Man, that's kind of unfortunate. And Mental Image really is just a card advantage card. Like, don't get me wrong, it's much better than Hard Lesson, but a board wipe is much harder to come by. So we'll take the board wipe here. Ooh, Rebellious Mistral. Take that over that Lightning Strike in the pack. Okay, Veteran Strategist. It'll help since we haven't seen a lot of fixing at all. Shadow's for sure just like a splash, so I don't really think we want the Bone Picker. It will be a heavier splash, but still not what we want, so we'll pick up an Entrapment. Another Heavy Hail? Okay, we're just controlling the game. Myrmidon Helm or Arcane Stinger? Sure, we'll take the Arcane Stinger. Midnight Trapper, really fun card, but I mean, I guess on its base 3 cost 4/3 is good. It is double primal, and the Shining Shell's really good when we do want some Aegis units for the Fisher King. I still think we take it. 3 cost 4/3 is just great. Ooh. With some really good 2-drops. I actually think I'm going to take the Slinking Roach just because we need to be somewhat defensive in this deck, and this blocks better than the Apprentice Ranger. Delivery's so good. These deliveries are also really good when you're splashing. That way you're only putting in 1 shadow card in your deck, but you get to splash the 5 that end up in your market. But we just got to take the 2-drop here. Realistically, none of that's making the deck. So we really need this pack to go well for us. Oof. Green Stretch Griffin. That is a good one. When you play a unit with... just not great when we're already going to be playing from behind. I think Display is interesting, but ultimately not worth it when our fixing has just... We do have double Silex and the Strategist. We don't have very much flying for the Green Stretch Griffin. Yeah, and Display's pretty strong. Okay, we'll take it. Ooh, Conclave here. Okay, I will take it over... I mean, Psionic Savant actually could be okay. There's some decent stuff here, but we'll take it. Hey, my boy. Not gonna make the deck here, unfortunately. I think this will just be another Black Book's Enforcer over the Pin the Jotun. The Enforcer is really strong. Okay, none of this is for us, so take the Slip away. Kill each unit with 2 power or less? I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty good for us. This is nothing. We have, like, too many 4-drops as is. Our influence might be good enough to splash that. Check raise. Check raise has also been a card that overperforms. Yeah, we'll take it over that other unit. Okay, I don't think we want a second mercenary. We probably won't even play the other mercenary. Premium. Okay. Okay. Wow. This... Talk about forcing something when it's not optimal. Alright, this is the final list. Notably, we cut Call of Freedom just because we're pretty unit light here, so Warcry 3, we're less likely to draw a unit if we have more units. We also cut the display just because, even though our fixing's fine for this, I really don't think that we could get to 3 reliably, and it's still a situational kill spell. Things we can learn from this draft, because realistically, splashing is fine in this set. I think you should be playing time since the units they're bigger, they line up better with the other units in the format, especially not Primal. Primal, like, they're just understated, nothing lines up well against anything else. Justice is definitely stronger, but like, if you're gonna do this, you don't want Primal as one of your main factions. Like, I wanted to do something different, but still, just to help you guys. The 2 Heavy Hail does help us, especially like keep the board clear since we don't have that many units, but this just is not a recipe for success. Mainly, like I said, because it's heavy Primal. And you don't want to be heavy Primal for a deck like this, unless you're some sort of Nightfall aggro deck, Feln, or Skycrag Frenzy deck. Still, I needed to do something different. So just a quick one since I've been super busy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll catch you on the channel for more Eternal Drafts. Peace.